Welcome, everyone. To all the newcomers, thank you for joining us. And to those returning, welcome back. This video is part of the delivery category in our public speaking series. Delivery has several smaller parts or subcategories. You don't have to watch them in any specific order. You can watch them in whichever order you feel like, as this is meant to help you be a better speaker. Whichever one you need first, you should go watch first. And if you don't need it as much, you can go watch which one you prefer or need. Throughout this video, I'll mention other categories such as content structure and visual aids, to name a few, because even though each category can technically be explained separately, they all work together. Good delivery needs strong content structure, awareness of your audience, language, and visual aids, and so many more. In this video, we're going to be focused on one of the more common things that I see when it comes to public speaking. And of course, the most human parts of us all. Nerves and mistakes. First things first. What exactly is delivery and why is it so important to public speaking? To those who have watched my introductory video, you may have gotten a quick summary of what delivery is. Let me reiterate. Delivery is how you present your material, how you present your topic, how you can get your message across. It's about your voice, your tone, your facial expressions, and your body language to get that message across. Delivery as your onstage manners or your presentation style. It's the way you act, the way you move, and the way you speak and communicate your message to your audience. For example, the way you deliver a serious presentation about your thesis or research should be different from the way you deliver a short, fun TikTok video. Should usually being the keyword. This is why delivery is so important. Each setting has their own tone, movement, and energy. You need to be able to match each energy, tone, and to each setting. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes not so much. It can get pretty confusing, especially when it comes to the internet and on videos. Usually, when it comes to more live presentations or public speaking, it's a bit easier. However, when it comes to videos, it's harder. It helps your audience understand not just what you're trying to say, but also how you feel about it. Your delivery gives you emotion and meaning to your words. It's why delivery is so important. Anyways, let's get into the main focus of this video. Nerves and mistakes. Where do we begin? Nerves and mistakes. Who here hasn't felt nervous or has never made a mistake in front of a camera or doing a public speaking? You can comment down below about that. I don't believe it though. You've made mistakes. You've had nerves, whether it be a stutter or you accidentally say the wrong thing at the wrong time. You've made mistakes. It's impossible for you not to. And nerves, oh, who doesn't have nerves? If you don't have nerves, I commend you. That is incredible. Nerves and mistakes are the most common parts in anything, but we will be focusing specifically on public speaking and how nerves and mistakes happen here. It's completely normal. Whoever said nerves and mistakes aren't normal when it comes to anything, that's not how it works. Sooner or later, you'll make a mistake. You'll get nervous. There's a reason why there's the saying, practice makes perfect. Even professional speakers, actors, teachers, news anchors experience them. The only reason you don't see it is because A, if it's in videos, it's been edited, including when it comes to the news anchors. When it comes to teachers, you may not see it because you're too busy trying to either talk to your friends, sleep, or learn, or take notes to the point where you don't realize the teacher made a mistake. But I know for a fact that teachers have made mistakes. Sometimes teacher will read the equation wrong. Sometimes teacher will make a different solution, even though the solution was not supposed to go that way. Everyone can make mistakes and everyone can get nervous. No one is ever free of either of them. The difference is how you handle them. Understanding nerves. First things first, what are nerves or feeling nervous? Feeling nervous before or during a presentation is something everyone goes through. Sometimes you don't, sometimes you do. It depends. But there will always be this small voice at the back of your head that basically goes, "What if I made a mistake? What if I do something wrong?" That's nerves, honey. All those what ifs, all those negative what ifs, that's nerves. But nerves aren't your enemies. Technically speaking, they aren't. They truly aren't. You're just looking at it the wrong way. They're a sign that you care about what you're doing. They show you that you want to do a good job. Let's say you're nervous about getting a test score. You say that you don't care about how much the score is, but you're nervous because you at least want to get a passing score. That's nerves, and that means you care about your score. If you don't give a flying fuck. You wouldn't have cared if it's zero or if you skipped the test entirely giving you a zero. You wouldn't care. You wouldn't be nervous then. But if you're nervous even for the fact that you want to get a passing grade, that means you care about it. That's why nerves exist. The goal for nerves specifically is not to get rid of it. It's how you control them so they don't control you, aka how to handle them. How to manage nerves. There are many, many ways to do that. Everyone has different rituals, different ways, different solutions to it. Not everyone will have it the same way, and that's fine. It happens. I will be listing some of the more common ones that you may have heard, you may have not heard. Some may work for you, some may be new even if you've never heard of it. Some may be new, some may be not. But this is what I do, what I have done in the past to calm my own nerves. Some of them worked better than others, some of them didn't. In some situations, none of them worked at all. The most common one you'll most likely hear is take deep, slow breaths, aka take deep breaths. In and out, slow breaths help your body relax. Technically speaking, yes, I've used this before. They do help in some situations, but not all. Sometimes they make some difference, sometimes they don't. It depends on you, really. Whether or not this helps depends on yourself. There's then positive self-talk. Nerves come from the negative what ifs. What if I mess up? What if I'm not ready for this? What if? Don't. Just don't. Don't continue those train of negative thoughts. Think more positively about yourself. Tell yourself things like, I am ready for this. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing. Yes, I am meant to be here. Yes, I am doing this. Yes, I am doing this right. I am going to do this and I'm going to do this right. Your brain listens to your words. If you feel confident, if you feed it confidence, it gives you confidence back. Avoid saying negative thoughts or even avoid thinking them if you can, because those nerves because that way it keeps the nerves strong, and you don't want that. You want to get rid of them to some extent. And of course, belief works much, much stronger than you think. Preparation helps confidence. Practice your material or practice. It helps you feel less nervous. Means you know about your material, you feel more confident because you feel well prepared. And also familiarity builds comfort. You don't have to memorize your speech word for word, but knowing your main points help you stay on track and even if your mind goes blank for a moment. Because if you read it word for word, that's going to only heighten your nerves. You suddenly forget a word, and then suddenly, oh no, I don't remember what the next words are supposed to be in this script. Don't memorize it word for word. It's not going to help. Focus on the message. Don't focus on yourself. Many people feel nervous because they're thinking about how they look and sound. Well, technically, yes, you need to know how you look and sound when it comes to presentation. Try to shift your focus. Try to shift your mind's focus. Think about why you're speaking, what you're speaking, and what you want your audience to understand. When your mind focuses on other things, it focuses less. It focuses less on those concerns about how you look and how you sound in front of them. It helps lessen the fear, basically. It distracts the mind from the fear. Have a pre-speech routine. Some people like to stretch, some people like to listen to music, some people have a fidget toy. They like to fidget when they speak. Helps you keep grounded. Your routine doesn't have to be fancy. It just needs to help you stay calm and ready to go. And if you want to do it in front of the stage, do it discreetly. Make sure no one notices what you're doing. Keep it in your pockets if you have to. And then now the second part, dealing with mistakes. Let's talk about mistakes because they will happen. You might forget a line, mispronounce a word, or lose your train of thought. That's fine. That's okay. That happens. It is the most common thing to happen. Here's an important truth though. Your audience rarely notices your small mistakes unless you draw attention to them. You can stumble over a word, simply pause, take a breath, continue. If you forget what comes next, take a glance at your notes, take a glance at your PowerPoints or slides or visual aids to remind yourself, then keep going. Confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about recovering smoothly when things go wrong. How do we handle mistakes? Don't apologize for every slip. If you say sorry every time you make a mistake, you're going to draw more attention to it. That's not what you want. Instead, just move forward like nothing ever happened. Most people won't even notice. It's not something people concentrate on. Yes, when they're trying to grade you, they will most likely concentrate on certain mistakes. However, if you keep on going, ignoring the mistake as if it never happened, they may not even notice it. I have heard my own teachers stumble on a word or two, but I barely remember any of them. I remember them making a mistake. I remember them stumbling, accidentally saying the wrong word at the wrong time, or even the wrong word when they're not supposed to say it, or the word wasn't needed. And yet I don't remember any of them because I've already forgotten about it. If you don't pull attention to that mistake, no one will remember it. Pause instead of panicking. Let's say you forget what comes next. Pause. Breathe in, breathe out. Take a glance at your visual aids, at your notes, at your cues, at your anything. Use that chance to breathe or gather your thoughts. A short pause, just and then continue on. It can make you look thoughtful, not nervous, if you do it right and time it correctly, usually at the end of sentences before you start a new one. Laugh it off if appropriate, if and when appropriate. You can make a light mistake, the mixing up of two easy words. You can smile, chuckle, continue, Before continuing, a bit of humor makes you seem human, helps both you and your audience relax. Say you make a mistake. You suddenly realize you did, you smile, realizing you did, and you continue on as if nothing ever happened. Like I said, don't be too nervous. Mistakes can be handled gracefully so long as you do not pull attention to them. 4. Use your visual aids and notes. Like I've mentioned at number 2, at pause instead of panicking. If you blank out or if you forget what's supposed to come next, use your slides, your visual aids, your cues to get back on track. Glance at it, cheat on it. These tools are meant to help you, not control you. So if you, let's say, lose yourself in something, you suddenly forget where you're supposed to be going next, take a glance. Take a glance at your script, take a glance at your visual aids or cue card to get back on track and continue on. Just try not to glance too long. That may pull attention to them. Learn from each mistake. After your presentation, reflect on what went wrong, but not criticize yourself. Instead, ask, what can I do better next time? Every mistake is a lesson in disguise, after all. The mindset of a confident speaker. Most confident speakers make mistakes. No, actually, everyone makes mistakes, even speakers. The difference is they don't let those mistakes stop them. They stay focused, smile, and move on. They understand that what matters most isn't a small error, it's the overall connection with the audience. If you handle your mistakes calmly, your audience sees you as a professional and composed. If you recover smoothly, they likely forget the mistake ever happened. If nerves and mistakes ever happen mid-speech, if you ever think it's going to happen mid-speech, if you feel it coming along, pause, take a deep breath, smile, even one that helps release the sudden tension. Look at your audience or glance at your notes or your visual aids and then continue where you left off. You're not starting over, you're simply continuing with confidence. Practice tips for reducing nerves and mistakes. This may help you, this may not. Some of you may even use it, some of you may not. Depends. Record yourself when you're speaking. You're currently speaking, you're training for your presentation, record yourself, and then rewatch the video, rewind it, see where you rush, hesitate, and or stumble so you can fix it next time. Speak in front of friends and family. The more you practice in front of people, the more natural it feels. Start off with a small audience like your friends and family, then you can grow into larger audiences of people. Join a club or a class. You don't have to do this alone. There's multiple other clubs or classes for this. You can ask their help. Of course, for classes specifically, that's going to cost you money. But most clubs are usually free because they're there to help everyone. Maybe there's a membership fee, but not every club is like that. Groups like Toastmasters and or debate clubs can help you with it after all. Focus on the progress and not the perfection. The goal is not perfection. Perfection is impossible. You're never going to reach it. It's never going to happen. So instead, focus on the progress you've made along the way. Even something small like slower pacing or clearer pronunciation on how you speak. Nerves and mistakes are not failures. They're parts of a process to becoming a better speaker. Not perfect, a better speaker. What truly means is that you keep going and keep showing up. Everyone gets nervous. Everyone makes mistakes. What makes you a strong speaker is how you handle both. So next time you step up to speak, take a deep breath, trust yourself, and remember, your message is worth sharing. You've got this. Thank you so much for watching or listening to this video. I hope this lesson helps you understand that nerves and mistakes are not your enemies. They're just part of the public speaking journey. Everyone experiences them. but the best speakers learn how to manage them and move forward confidently. This video is part of the delivery category, focusing on nerves and mistakes. I hope it gives you the courage to face any audience, even when you're feeling nervous. If you'd like to learn more about the other parts of delivery, such as body language, tone, and or articulation, check out the other videos on my channel and hope that they all help you. Thank you again for joining me. Take care, keep practicing, and remember, every time you speak, you improve. Goodbye for now, and I hope I'll see you in the next video.